We're gonna go this way.
Sure.
Do you think this ad will motivate a registered voter to vote for this candidate because she's on social media?
Yes and no.
Please explain.
Yes, because yes, on social media, it's grabbing attention, but for me personally, looking at the advertisement, I'm not gonna come and vote for her because I see her on social media, like, I'm gonna research her more, find out more what she stands for. Besides, I mean, I don't think it will persuade me to vote for her. I'm gonna say yes. And only because I would do more research, and if her opponent wasn't to put anything on social media, I would think he wouldn't reach everybody that he wants to vote for.
Okay. I wouldn't necessarily vote for her just because she's on social media, but I would put more research into what her actual views are and stuff like that.
Well, by her campaign being on social media, I don't think that it would make a difference to the registered voters who do have a social media account, because they're more likely to see stupid stuff on social media instead of positive politics, campaign commercials, and that such right there.
I wouldn't necessarily vote for her just because it's on social media, but seeing the ad would put the idea in my head about the election and to research the election.
For me, after seeing the ad, I'll probably research it more. But as far as, I mean, if I'm seeing it on social media, I'm not really on social media looking for politics, so I probably wouldn't have seen it anyway.
Kind of piggybacking off what everyone else said, I wouldn't like be motivated to vote for her specifically at all. Again, I would do research, but it didn't capture my attention. I thought she made some good comments in that short video, so I would consider voting for her, but I wouldn't necessarily vote for her.
I like the video. I don't know if I would vote for her.
Okay. So for, keep going, let's get to the script. What parts of the ad were the most effective? Start with Angelica. When she put emphasis on the words, like as she's saying it, didn't have the words pop on the screen. Let me know what was key terms, important things.
I think her final phrase when she said, it's time to have the Senate work, the government work for you, but it's not what she said. It's time to have them work for us. That would grasp somebody's attention automatically.
I think it was the setting of the video, where she was and how she presented the video. It was pretty neutral. It was straight to the point, and it was it.
I think her last statement, like she said it's time for the government to work for us instead of each other, basically. I would say that the fact that it was her in the video and not like a spokesperson or somebody talking, I think it was like her being there and saying, okay, like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, I agree with her. Basically, her telling us what like she stood for, what she wanted, made it look better for her, I guess. You should see that.
I agree with what Maxine said. I like the fact that she was a focal point. She wasn't showing slideshows or pictures of her with other people, kissing babies, multiple races in the background to prove diversity. No, it was just her in the video, in the setting. It made her the focal point.
Okay.
I agree with everyone's statement, but what really stood out for me the most was actually her being simply direct with marker points, but she would actually try to make happen if she were elected. So I felt like she was being honest, and I appreciate that anything. So.
Okay. What is your opinion on government representatives utilizing social media as a form of political campaigning? What I mean by that is, how do you feel about, say, Michelle Nunn's Twitter page, Facebook page, Instagram, stuff like that, YouTube commercials? That's what I mean by that question. So we're gonna start with Maxine.
I think it could be effective, but in moderation. Like you can't have, okay, I'm gonna have 5 pages and I'm gonna do this every day of the week. I feel like if you have 1 page and people like looking at it and you update weekly or daily or whatever,
I think it it could be effective, but then again, it couldn't because like as a younger audience, yeah.
Kind of move in and speak up.
Because like, yeah, we're gonna see it on social media, but we might scroll past it to see like the starter packs or, like there's some older people on Twitter too, so maybe they'll see it and be like, oh, okay, I like her views and stuff like that. So it's kind of both.
Okay.
Can you do me a favor and repeat the question for me?
Sure, no problem. What is your opinion on government representatives utilizing social media as a form of political campaigning? Need me to come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. Go ahead.
I think the use of social media for them would be effective if they found ways to actually like tweet stuff for our age group, stuff that will actually like understand how to grasp our attention.
I mean, I think the idea is it's cool, I guess, but I don't go on social media for politics. Any politician that I follow on social media is because I knew them previously from like television or from debates or stuff like that. I don't look for politicians on social media.
I agree with mine. I agree with Angelica because you can post stuff on social media, and that doesn't mean that the person actually necessarily scrolling through or post like reading anything else would actually stop and just read that one post and make like a politician per se. So it could be effective, but only if they're actually very confident that they can appeal to young audience.
Got you. If I could just get you to just scoot in just a little bit, because I'm not picking you up on camera. And then we're going to get your answer, and then we can go back to chat.
Actually, I kind of disagree with everybody. Not everybody, but I feel like it's the most effective way to do it in 2014. If you think back to Barack Obama, when he was running for president, he became a celebrity before the election. He had Facebook pages with over millions of likes. He had his Twitter. He had a crazy amount of following, more followers than any other politician before even a year in. He had YouTube pages. He was all over the place. And even though younger people may not see it, the demographic for voters isn't necessarily the younger people, but the chances of catching the young person's eye would be on Instagram. So even if we don't go on there looking for it, yeah, it's probably going to be there. And even that quick scroll, you saw something. So that's what I think.
Okay.
I was speaking for myself, not for the whole.
No, we want you to speak for yourself, so that's fine.
I'm just
No,
saying.
okay.
When I say disagree with everybody, that's not exactly what I meant.
Obama became a celebrity before his campaign and all that because he was the first black president to run for president. The first black guy to run for president. I'm sorry about that. But overall,
That's not true.
well, he the first black guy
That you know of.
that I know of running for
Okay.
president. I'm sorry, my apologies because I don't listen to politics. I'm sorry.
That's
But,
fine. That's totally fine.
Overall, I think anything that's boring on social media would not get looked at. I mean, social media would be an effective way to get the word out about your campaign, your advertisement, but I think campaigns should be more on television than social media.
You think it should stay on
I think
television?
it should stay on television.
And, okay, the old-fashioned media and stay off the internet, is that what I'm understanding correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to.
Well, they shouldn't stay off the internet. I mean, you can use the internet, but not as much
Not as
because
much.
you're not gonna get everyone who has a social media account attention.
Okay, I got you. All right, so the next question is, and I need you to answer this all three parts. And then there's a follow-up to this one. When was the last time you contacted your local government representative, your state government representative, or your government representative on the federal level?
High school.
For which one? You gotta answer each one.
Actually, I got in contact with all of them. I was vice president for UBSUC, which is United Black City Unions of California, and we went out to a conference in Sacramento, the state capital, and we had to speak. So we were with everybody in the Senate, and there was a lot of people there. I know personally, we got to meet a lot of people that worked, but we were able to stay, get emails, stay in contact. You know, some of them became mentors.
So that was on the local and the state level?
well, locally, I'm from Mill Valley, which is in Southern California. But, I mean, state and federal level would be that. Locally, it's kind of funny. We were at a car wash and someone who was running for local office came and gave us free tacos to kind of get us to vote for him. But, I mean, I didn't get in contact with him. We kind of got in contact with us.
Okay.
Honestly, I cannot recall the last time if I ever contacted any of the,
So have you contacted a local representative ever?
I can't recall this time, no.
State,
Probably not,
federal?
probably not again.
Okay. And why or why not? Or why not? Just be honest.
Yeah, potentially because I don't really have that much interest in politics, like overall, like that's more based on my family, like they would say, oh, you should probably listen and read or watch this and everything. I would like skim it, but I wouldn't like read it in depth, so to the point where it would interest me at that much.
Okay.
No to all three. I mean, I was in the no to all three.
Okay.
I've spoken with my local government because I was president of high school and middle school.
So this was in high school?
Yeah, and all of them.
No to all three.
Okay. Sorry.
No talking.
And why not? Just elaborate a
I
little bit.
mean,
Well, I never had to contact any local, state, or federal representatives. I mean, for whatever reason.
Okay. And just let me get your why not real quick.
Oh my why not? Oh, because
Both of y'all's just real quick.
she said she did. Didn't you say you did?
I did local.
Oh, my why not is because I don't own property. I didn't have really any issues. Like my mother handled that.
Okay.
So
Okay. And go ahead and say what was your
I would say, because I didn't really need to, I didn't see a reason why I should.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say no to all three, because I didn't care until when I got into college, like, okay, I'm on my own.
You care now though?
I care now, but I have
To contact them? Okay. Go ahead.
When I was in high school in New York, I contacted Governor Bloomberg at the time, when he was in office, because I was doing a campaign for, to stop drunk driving, how limited in New York, because it was really bad in my shit, I just went years ago, so, yeah, so we tried to, stop driving.
So that was your state. Did anything locally within your district or federally? Ever? No? Okay. Okay. And we're gonna show you another clip. This is something we're all pretty much familiar with currently. I know, take care. And this is 3 minutes long, so if you wanna get snacks, go ahead, it's 3 minutes, so.
Front line of the info war, Joe Big, Bakari Jackson, Josh Owen, Steve Front of the advance on. That is really hurting my ears.